Clickbait's really dumb, and I hate it. These are the books. Any questions? Hey everybody, my name's Hagen, and welcome back to Pressedcomics. I want to talk to you guys today about the concept of housefire books. Now, when I say housefire books, what exactly do I mean? What books of mine are in my collection that are irreplaceable? Now, irreplaceable could be a number of things. It could be the monetary value, how expensive a comic book was to get. It could be the emotional value, the memories that you have attached to a comic book. Or it could be chronological value, just the sheer length of time that you've had a comic book. All of these things factor into the value, or maybe rather the importance of a comic book to you. I thought I would show you my housefire books. These are the books in my collection that are irreplaceable. So the first housefire book that I want to talk about is this copy of Brute Force #1. The thing that makes this book irreplaceable to me is how I got it. There are, I'm sure, millions of copies of this comic book out there, but there are not millions of copies of this comic book that Nate from Hollywood Comics bought for me, with me, on the last day of HeroesCon 2025, one of my favorite comic book experiences ever. In my head, it is sort of like the keystone book of that entire weekend. And so, for that reason, this book is irreplaceable. The next books that I want to talk to you about are these two. These are two of the oldest comic books that I have in my collection, and they are probably the two comic books that I've read the most. The reason these are irreplaceable to me is because my dad sent these to me while he was overseas in Iraq when I was a little kid. I was probably 9 or 10 when he sent these to me, and he sent them unbagged and boarded through customs in just a plain manila envelope. And you can't see it all that well because it's in a UV protective frame. That's how important these are to me. But they're beat up. They were definitely read by a kid, and I didn't even use kid gloves. I just beat the hell out of these things. But I read these, and I love these, and there is no replacing these comic books to me. These are a non-negotiable, and they are irreplaceable. The next book that I want to talk to you about is this. Now, this is Captain America #128. This book was given to me by Dope from Dope Comics. What makes this irreplaceable? Well, it's not only irreplaceable to me, it's also irreplaceable to Dope, because this is one of his childhood books. I take things like that very seriously. You only had so many childhood books, so to me, it's a massive honor that he thought enough of me to give me one of his, regardless of the condition or the story or the artwork. The fact that one of my close friends decided that I was important enough to him that I should have a childhood book of his, that's incredibly powerful to me. And so this book is irreplaceable. The next book that I want to talk about is one of the most expensive books in my collection. It's certainly the most I've ever spent on a comic book, but the money is not why this book is irreplaceable. This is Avengers #4. I bought this last year at HeroesCon. Now, this book is irreplaceable not only because I don't know that I could actually stomach spending this much on a comic book again, but also because Jeff from Comic Spa helped me buy it and worked on it for me. The amount of time that Jeff spent on this book, not only doing his necromancy thing and pressing it and cleaning it and making it look as gorgeous as humanly possible, but also the time that he spent helping me buy this book, helping me feel okay about making a purchase like this. It did feel like one of the first truly altruistic things that a member of this community did for me, and it was done by somebody that I have an immense respect for and I'm happy to call a friend now. So, Avengers #4. Yes, it's the very first Silver Age appearance of my favorite character, Captain America, but this is also a tie that I have with a friend of mine. And that experience is what gives this book its shine to me, not just the character on the cover. Second to last, we have generic comic book #1. Now, This started off as sort of a silly book that I picked up and sent with Brandon to Terrificon last year because I had FOMO from not going. But it's become a keepsake of mine, truly, because a lot of people that I have come to call friends and respect have signed this book for me. If I've been smart, I will have a list of everybody that signed this book scrolling somewhere on the screen and also in the description below. This comic book has gone with me to Heroes Con, to Nashville, Tennessee, to Canada, and the experiences that I've had with the people that have signed it are really and truly irreplaceable. And last but not least, we have this. This is my copy of Captain America number 100. It's in a CBCS slab and it's graded a 5.0. This would be one of my most valued books, even if it were just a cover. And the reason for that is that it was given to me while I was in college by my high school sweetheart. And there is no replacing an experience like that. She and I walked into a Second and Charles one day, and I saw this book there, and I wasn't scouring the market like I am now. I was really sort of a novice when it came to knowing keys and their values and things like that. But I did know this book. That day in Second and Charles was the first time that I'd ever seen it in person. And I talked about how much I liked it and how much I wanted to save up and get it, knowing full well in the back of my mind that I worked a summer job when I could. And I couldn't afford to spend money on something like this. When we got back in the car, she handed this book to me in a bag. It was not graded, not in a slab. It was just in a bag and board. And for the longest time, this was the top of my prized possessions, and it's still pretty high up there. The fact that this was given to me by somebody that means so much to me, even now, it's just left an indelible mark on this book. I will never sell or trade this. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that I would be buried with it, but I would consider it. And so there you have it. Whenever I talk about Housefire books, that's what I mean. Your definition of Housefire book might be different. It will certainly look completely different than this, and I would love to hear stories and see pictures of books that hold an incredible sentimental value to you or are irreplaceable to you for one reason or another. I love talking to people about stuff like that because books like this, when you can see them all laid out in this way, I feel like they tell you a lot about a person. If all you wanted to see was comic books, that's the end of this episode. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. For the rest of you that want to stick around for a little bit longer, I've just got one thing to tell you. So obviously I'm a very sappy, emotional person, hence the wall. So why did I pick today to do a video like this, where I just sort of open myself up in front of you? Well, this is going to be the last time that I record a video in this room. I am moving out of this house and moving somewhere else, and I don't know exactly how long that process is going to take. I should be back up and running pretty soon, but things on this channel are going to look different from here on out. I'll just be in a different room. I know that my upload schedule has been very sporadic, and that's definitely had to do with the reasons why I won't be in this room anymore. But thank you guys very much for bearing with me, and I ask for you to bear with me just a little bit longer. I'll still be doing the live shows and stuff with Nate and the FOMO Squad on Sundays and Tuesdays, but it might be a second before I get to make another video like this again. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I hope that by showing all of these books, and specifically this one, what I'm about to say holds the weight that I want it to. You watching this right now mean the world to me. You cannot understand what you have done, are doing, and will continue to do for me as a human being. Thank you so much for watching the dumb stuff that I make whenever I choose to make it, and just thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.